He grabado una entrevista con Dean, que es irlandés, y pasó de trabajar en Irlanda ganando 200.000 euros al año en una empresa corporativa a crear su negocio de Airbnb. Y en esta entrevista nos va a contar cómo el salario es una droga y te impide conseguir tus sueños, simplemente por tener esa sensación de ganar algo mes a mes y tener tu tranquilidad. Cómo él pasó de la tranquilidad de ganar dinero como empleado a montar su propio negocio y ahora vivir en Dubái. Así que espero que realmente esta entrevista te ayude. Está en inglés, pero está subtitulada para que lo puedas entender todo.
Why your salary is a drug for you?
It's impossible to give up. You get hooked, and the more you consume, the higher your tolerance goes, and the more difficult it is to come away. For me, I had a very good job. I worked in sales, and man, I was earning like almost 200K per year in USD. So it was like 160K pounds for like my salary, and if I hit my target, I get that. And I can get more, I can make more than that, like if I go over my target. So like almost 200K US. And I work maybe 3, 4, 5 hours a day. Not that much, not like a full day.
Really?
Dude, like you work in tech sales, right? That's the job. It's a good life, really good life. But that's the problem.
The comfort zone. Why you have that kind of life that everybody's dreaming of? Why you quit? Why?
Because I always had these questions in my head around, is this thing that I'm doing, is this how I spend my life? And when I asked myself that question, the answer would always be like, this can't be it. I can't do this. And the thing about this is this only goes one way. It's not like you're gonna just turn around and go, oh yeah, I'll just go and work in a bakery. Oh, I'm just gonna work in some a mall or like something simple. Like you can't turn away from this. It's impossible, man. It is a drug. And that question was like chipping away. And then I get a new job. This is what a lot of people do in tech sales. You get a new job and you think, this new job, now it's going to be good. I got 10% extra. And you go in and then you get like settled. You get excited because they make it exciting for you to come in on the onboarding. And then a few months in, it starts to come back, the question again. And you're like, oh yeah, it's kind of the same thing again. I didn't want to look at myself in 50 years. I used to think about what it would be like if I was 60, 70, 80, and I don't really have that much time left. And I can't do anything. How I would feel if I didn't do anything when I could, that's painful.
Have you ever dreamed to create a business before?
I always felt like
Or it was mostly painful to be in that track?
I always felt like I had more in me. I used to see people who would do stuff and I'd be like, if he can do shit, I can do shit as well.
It's because I didn't talk about to create a business. It was I was experiencing the same pain as you. Yeah, all my family works for the government.
Really?
So that's mean that they are telling me, my parents and everybody, that you have to find you need to have a salary, a good position, buy a home, get married.
Yeah.
And that's life. And I had everything. I had
Yeah.
I have a good salary also.
Yeah.
I get married. I bought a house. I got everything.
Did it?
And I say, no, what? I thought maybe if I change my job, that's what I need. And I started to look for jobs. And I changed. They improved me the salary a bit. But it's the same as you. It's the same as you mentioned. It's start over again. Oh, that's my life. That's it. It came, and I remember I saw one of my coworkers. He was like 50, 60 years old. And I saw him and I said, that's me in 30 years.
Yes, man. That really stung me as well. I used to see that. Like even the guys were like only 10 years older than me. I was like, I don't want to be doing this in 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't want to be doing this now.
When you change your mind to maybe quit a job and to create something for yourself, what happened inside of you to think about it and to take action?
I was like every person who has this question. They watch YouTube videos, they maybe listen to podcasts, they follow people on Instagram, and you don't do anything. You just consume and you just kind of sit. You're sitting on the sidelines, kind of like that, just looking at what everyone's doing. You're just like, oh, maybe, oh, no, that's not for me yet. And then that phase can last very, very long. So I had like one eye was looking over there, but then I hooked up to the salary over here. I need this. Give me some more of this, please. Eventually, I just took one step further and said, okay, I'm going to go to an event. I'm going to go and see what these people are really saying. And then at that event, they're very good at sales. I bought a course at the event for £2.5K, so maybe like to the US. But then when I went to the course, then they upsell me to the mentorship, which is an extra 13K pounds. So overall, it was like 15K.
So you pay already
15K pounds, like nearly 20K euros
from scratch?
from nothing
Oh,
for this Airbnb course. Like a lot of money. And man, it wasn't like the support that I give my clients, like nowhere near that. And like, so like the success rate of that course, like super low, like really, really low. Thankfully I didn't, but so that was I wasn't like a failure or another fail story, thankfully. But like, it just got to a point where the questions became too much. I was like watching on the sidelines. I was like, I have to do something, man. I have one life. I have one go. I can't try this again. Nobody's going to come and say, okay, that was your first attempt. Okay, you can go again. You can try again, this time with all the same knowledge. No, it's not going to happen. So I had to go. What about you? How did you get into it, man? What was your first step?
I was really stuck in my job, and I was thinking about to change all the time to find the perfect life that I want to look was looking for. And one of my friends told me she had already a business, and she told me, I bought that course of somebody I never heard about him. You can buy as well. He can help you, and I pay 4K euros. And I say, okay. She recommends me that. Nothing to lose. And I started to do that. And to be honest, I didn't get the results I want to. But that's not, it's my fault. I mean, because I wasn't prepared for business. But that changed my mindset completely. And I'm really grateful for that. So I started to have a few clients. And in that moment, I realized that I have to create a business to success.
No, it's like some people, they don't like say you shouldn't do it. Maybe not like that quite obvious, but just they make remarks.
Yeah, there are many people.
They don't mean it. Like they don't mean anything bad, but like it makes you feel like, oh, should I not do it? You know?
Just you know that my mom changed when I got to Dubai. When I arrived to Dubai, my mom said, okay, this guy is doing well. But when I had my business in Spain, that I was doing well as well, my mom told me many times, why you come back to your job? Many times. And we were doing more.
Well, she thinks it's a good idea, right? You know, like
she was thinking about that.
I think it's like the fundamental difference there is one avenue you are asking for something.
Yeah.
Right? You're saying, oh, hopefully I get a promotion. Hopefully they give me a promotion. The other avenue, you're saying, I'm going to get it myself. And I think it's hard for people to go from this to this. It takes you have to
but you have to experience the painful, because one of the things that hurts me a lot is to depend on somebody else to get a better life. It's like I was expecting somebody to raise my salary. I was expecting somebody to hire me. And I said, I have to depend on somebody else. And I knew that I was really good on something. I didn't know what exactly.
Yeah. I think most people had that, you know, like that question of like, I know I have something inside me, some potential in here. I know I'm not using it here, but I'm so afraid. And it's this is like the conflicting of like the knowing you can do more, but you're fucking hooked up to this drug and cannot get away from this safety of the salary. It's horrible, man. And that like conflict is, I think, like, I don't know what the statistics are, but man, the fact that we have phones now, we can see what's really out there. What, maybe over 90% of people, they feel this? Maybe some people feel it a little bit more, they can see it, but I think everyone on some level feels like, but you remember we were saying, like, you know, the people who are kind of like looking in like this, you know, it's like to go from there to doing something is like not that many go through there, but a lot of people are looking, you know, like, but then to go through and like, oh, actually do it and like get into your first year where you don't know what you're doing and everything feels crazy, and that's hard.
Can you explain the moment you quit your job, how you experienced that and how you had done that?
Man, I wish I had like a cool moment like this where like I fucking put my notice on the desk. I said, fuck you guys. I didn't. I got fired.
Really? That's good.
I got fired because I was working too much on my business. And my business was in a bad place in the first year. That course I bought, I just made so many mistakes and took on I lost a lot more money than the money I spent. And so what did that do? It made me very fearful because I was like, oh fuck, I'm like so far behind now. Then, so my goal then was like, right, let me get all this money back that I lost. And then I'll get the business to where I originally wanted to get it. But I still needed the drug in the meantime as I was doing that. So I was trying to do both, couldn't do both. they figured out that I was like not really as they would want me to be, right? You know, they're paying me, they want me to do the thing that they need me to do, and they fired me. So it was like a moment where there was a cool moment actually. When I think back to the day I got fired, I remember I was like crying. I was like, wow, fuck, just like nothing's going for me right. Everything with this business is going wrong. I'm losing so much money, and now I've been fired as well. Like this was not how this was meant to go. But I remember I was like actually walking down the road and it was like tears coming down my face. I was like, why is this just not working, man? I was listening to a song and I remember thinking, this can be the moment that I just say, okay, fuck the salary. I'm going all in and I'm going to make this work no matter what. And I kind of made myself feel like the main character in the movie, you know? And I did. I was just like, I'm going in. I'm not getting another job. I don't want another salary. This is the most important thing in the world to me. And here I am.
Many people are really scared when that happened, and they think that when they got fired, it's a really bad thing for them. No, man, this is the point that could change your life.
I think everyone is always, at every point, you're always at a fork. And you can walk down if you want, or you can just keep on the same path. But at any point, you can just go. And then if you stay on the path, you know, right? You'll be good. It's not gonna, you just keep going. You'll be okay.
Yeah. I have a salary and a job. That the problem is I wanted to create my business on the same time because I wasn't able to quit my job and start from scratch. I think that nobody is doing that. Some people, but not my case. So I started as a hobby. And you know that I signed a contract on my job that they told me I cannot create a business by myself. So I say, what the fuck? What am I doing now? But because the problem is that I'm doing some ads. So when I create the ads, I avoid the area where my company is located. And some people ask me about, hey, you are doing some videos about something. It's a hobby. Okay. And when the business is starting to growing, but not enough. Well, to be honest, I earn much money from my business than from my salary. And I was scared to leave my 9-to-5 job. I have to recognize. But I start working focus on my business. So it doesn't affect my business. So what I say is that I have to put my wife on the invoices, not my name, because I wasn't able. I was scared to get fired for that. That's the moment. It's like you are gonna allow a company to decide your future, just not to create a business, just to work for them. No way. And I say I will quit, and I quit my job in that moment.
Wow.
And I say, well, that's all in the same as you. It's not the same as you, but I think it's like that to reach
that moment. It's the moment where you commit. Yeah. You have to commit. And whether that is when you quit your job, whether that is when you invest in a mentor or invest in a course or whatever, there's a moment where you say, I'm in. Yeah. And for me, it happened when I got fired. For you, it happened when it was there. There's a moment when you just say, fuck this, and I'm in. And I don't think many people come back from that. You know, once you're in, you're in. Yeah. I think that's the hardest part, is to get in. Because you're here, you're kind of like looking over like, but once you're in, you're not going to just be like, how many people are like super committed and then just stop? Yeah. Not that many. It's the people who aren't really committed that stop. Say to him now, what would you say to him if you had a coffee with him?
Wow.
What would you tell him to do?
Do the opposite. What?
You can only tell him one thing.
Okay.
What would you tell him?
Do the opposite, what people say. Yeah, that's because my environment is telling me to do the right thing. So do what you want to do. But in my case, I didn't know what I have to do, what I wanted to do. So I have to make a recommendation for me is do the opposite what you think and people say.
What if he says, I'm scared?
Do the opposite. You are scared? What is the opposite for scared? If you are scared.
Be brave.
Yeah, be brave.
Love it, man. So good.
What about you? You can talk to yourself.
I would say just because you're afraid doesn't mean that it's the wrong direction. In fact, it probably means it's the right one.
What you were afraid of?
You know what I was really afraid of? I was afraid of not failing, but people seeing me fail.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And that is a little prison I was keeping myself in because of other people. And I see it in my clients now. They're like, well, what will I, like, will I not? People like, what they say? And I'm like, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's your life. It's your one life. And you're keeping yourself in a prison because of what you think other people might say. You can't control what people say. You can just control what you do.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
One of the things that I would like to share, but happened to me, I don't know if this happened to you also, and also happened for some of my clients that they quit their jobs. When I quit my job, I was earning 8K a month. And I was thinking about, wow, if I quit my job, now I can double because I have more time. I have all the time for my business. So, yeah, I stuck in 8K for 3 months. And for me, it was really painful because I was thinking I want to blow up so quick. And for one of my clients happened the same. And you know why? Yeah, I really like to share this because if somebody watching this video could help. When you quit your job, the emotions you have around you, and you know that everything you are making right now is depend of yours. I mean, you don't have a salary, you don't have the drug, so everything you make depends on
You have the withdrawal.
Yeah, so it's like so that affects your mindset a lot. So you have to experience that period. So that period is like everything dependent on me. You have to overcome these feelings, and that's mindset on entrepreneur's mindset.
Yeah.
And it happened every way.
This was sick, man. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, me
This is
too.
good.